What's up, y'all? I'm still out at the range, as you can see behind me. Been out here all day long doing a bunch of jelly testing, fighting cold and wind blowing like crazy. And I'll be darned if I ain't got some snow flurries trying to fall down on me now. I don't think it's going to amount to enough to keep us from doing what we need to get done, though. As you can see by the title, we're headed back for some more 9mm testing. I've done a bunch of 9mm, but as popular as 9mm is, it probably ain't never going to run out of 9mm rounds to test. However, this is one that I have not tested yet, so let me show you what we got. So we got our jelly contraption ready for action here. Got the chrono, got 2 blocks of gel. Now I've done a couple tests already in this block of gel, but as you can see, quite a bit of empty room over here. So as long as I ain't shooting terrible, I should be able to get them in that empty spot. But what we testing on this one is the Hornady Critical Duty, and to be specific, it's the 135 grain standard pressure. Now the Critical Duties are loaded with these flex lock projectiles, basically very similar to the Critical Defense. It's got that red rubbery piece in the tip there, supposed to keep it from clogging and help expansion on it. I also do have these Critical Duties in 124 plus P, so I'll do another video on those if y'all interested in seeing that. Just let me know. And I've got these Critical Duties in a couple of other calibers too, so if y'all interested in seeing some more of this Critical Duty, let me know down in the comments. Now as for the tools for this one, we're running 2 different barrel lengths again. We're going with the Taurus GX4 3-inch barrel, and then we're going with my P80 with the 4 1/4 inch barrel. Now even though I've never done any gel tests on any of these Critical Duty calibers, I really do expect some good performance out of these. Critical Defense usually is very consistent, very nice performance out of that, so I don't really expect any difference out of the Critical Duty. But I ain't gonna waste no more time talking about it. Let me get everything set up and let's get started. All right, y'all, let's see what kind of speeds we running out here with these Critical Duties. I'm gonna do a 3-round average out of each length barrel. I'm gonna start out with the 3-inch GX4 first and see what we get. .917, 969, and 965. Let's go down there and check that average out. All right, so the 3-round average out of the 3-inch barrel is 950 feet per second. So let me get this reset and let's check out the 4 1/4. All right, y'all, 3 more rounds out of this one, the P80 with the 4 1/4 inch barrel. So we're working with another 1.25 inches here. Let's see what kind of difference that makes. 1019, 1039, and 1035. So let's go down there and check that average out. All right, so the 3-round average out of the 4 1/4 inch barrel was 1,031 feet per second. And if you remember out of the 3-inch, it was 950. So you talking about 81 feet per second faster out of that 4 1/4. That's a pretty significant difference, to be honest with you. So be interesting to see what that does in the gel. Let me get this reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's do your duty jelly time. Gonna start out with the GX4 3-inch barrel and see what we can do with the Critical Duty 135 grainers. Here we go. All right, that was a nice clean hit. Left myself a little tricky shot for the next one, but let's go down there and see what's going on. All right, y'all, that was perfect placement in the gel down there. We caught the projectile, but that is definitely not what I was expecting. I'm gonna be honest with you. We'll look at it here in a second, but I can just tell you that Critical Duty at 135 grains does not like that 3-inch barrel. I don't think it had enough sauce behind it to make it do what it needed to do, but we'll look here in a minute. Let's see if this extra 1.25 inches can do anything about that. I'm gonna try to go above that one there, but it's gonna be a little tricky, but let's see if we can make it do, y'all. All right, I think I went exactly above that. That should be perfect. Let's go down there and check those out. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got down here. As you can see, I've had to back you up quite a bit because these things moved on out into the second block. Very nice wound channels on both of them. They're right here side by side, so it's easy for us to look at these. This very top one, that's the 4 1/4 inch. That was the second one I took. The bottom one is the 3-inch. So 3-inch on the bottom, 4 1/4 inch on the top. So as you can see, both of them, very nice wound channels. The wound channels look nearly identical on them. Now, they don't carry real far as far as a large kind of disruption here. But the 3-inch one, like I say, on the bottom, after the wound channel keeps on trucking, keeps on going into the second block, and way out here, you can see it sitting here. The projectile's facing forward. Not a lot of expansion at all on this thing, so it stayed pretty much as a solid, really, and ended right out here facing forward, no tumbling at all. The 4 1/4, pretty much the same story. Nice wound channel there. It skinnies on out, keeps on trucking into the second block. Forward momentum carries it a little further than where you see the projectile, but short of the 3-inch, and then it rebounded back just a little bit. So forward momentum on the 4 1/4 was shorter than the 3-inch. Now, as far as expansion wise, it doesn't look like there's much difference, but there probably is a little bit of difference, and that's why it stopped a little bit short. As far as the penetration measurement on it, the 3-inch barrel went all the way out to 21 inches. That's the one on the bottom. So 21 inches out of that 3-inch barrel. The 4 1/4, which is on the top, stopped at 19.5. So that's just crazy penetration on these things, but just not much expansion. All right, before I pull them, I wanted to give y'all a little bit closer look. So we're looking at both of these two right here. The top one again is the 4 1/4. The bottom one is the 3-inch. So as you can see, very similar wound channel action going on. And they pretty much acted the same after that. Carrying on out, the 4 1/4, as you can see, rebounded a little bit. It stopped up there. That's the top one. And the 3-inch down there on the bottom. But like I was saying, not much expansion on either one of those. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles. This one on the right was the 4 1/4, on the left the 3-inch. So you can definitely see the 4 1/4 expanded more. It's just hard to see in the gel. From the side though, you can see neither one of them really expanded a whole lot, but it's pretty obvious when you look at them from like this. The 4 1/4 definitely expanded more. The little rubber pieces was still stuck in them just like that. That's how I pulled them out of the gel. So very interesting here. Now, from what I know about these critical duties, they're more geared towards barrier blind, going through barriers for duty purposes and stuff like that. Now, I don't know a whole lot about them yet, so y'all correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but let's get some measurements on these things first. I don't think they lost any material, but let's weigh them out. All right, so they were both 135 grains. This is the one out of the 3-inch here first. 134.8 grains on that one. Then the one out of the 4-inch, 135.1 grains. So no loss of material off of either one of these. Now, as far as expansion size, like I say, obviously not a whole lot of either one, but this is the 3-inch barrel here. You got 415, 0.403, 0.404, so not a whole lot of expansion out of that one. Now, as far as the 4 1/4, you got 0.424, 0.423, and 0.4235, so not much on that one either, and it's pretty obvious we didn't really need calipers to tell us that. So there you have it, y'all, the first test of the critical duty, the 9mm 135 grainers. Now, like I said, I do have the 124 plus P's, so we may get a little bit more expansion off of that. So like I said, let me know down in the comments if y'all interested in seeing those, and I'll do some testing on those. But some pretty interesting rounds. There's no doubt it would get the job done, and it would be great if you had some kind of barrier situation that you expected to run into a lot of times. You wouldn't have to worry about it clogging or anything, or lack of penetration, that's for sure. But y'all let me know down in the comments, what are y'all's thoughts on these critical duty rounds? All right, y'all, the last jelly test of the day was a pretty interesting, without a doubt. That's the first critical duty that I've tested out of any caliber, and it's pretty surprising results out of it. You know, a lot of people, when they see the critical duty and the critical defense, they kind of think they're interchangeable and basically the same thing. And at the end of the day, they are interchangeable in the fact that they would both get the job done and stop a threat. But it's definitely obvious they are purpose built for different situations out here. This critical duty had very little expansion at all, but some nice penetration, probably more than most people are going to want for an EDC personal defense type of scenario. It would be more suited for a duty round, or if you're expecting some situation where you're going to be in barriers and you need a barrier blind type of projectile, these would definitely be the choice in that case. Well, like I said, I've got these 124 plus P 9mm that I can still test out, and I believe I've got some 357 Magnum and some 10mm in critical duty. So if y'all would like to see more of these critical duty tests, or maybe I'll try to set up, I've been meaning to set me up like a little barrier testing type of jig anyway, so maybe I'll set some kind of little deal up so we can put these critical duties to real use. But y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all be interested in seeing something like that. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up button as always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. Like I always ask you, check out my affiliate links down below. If you're going to shop through Amazon anyway, hit my link up first. It goes straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so that does help support the channel, and you get something that you're going to get anyway. Check those Axle Affiliate Ear Pro links down there for some fantastic ear protection at some really big discounts versus going straight through the site. Like I always tell y'all, I appreciate all my range game members for reaching down and hitting that join button, and every single person who supports the channel by watching these videos, hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, and leave me some comments down below. I really do enjoy reading y'all's comments, and I'm curious to see what y'all have to say about these critical duties. But like I said, that's the last one for today. There's snow flurries falling down, the wind is still whipping out here, and it's getting cold, so I'm gonna run inside and see if I can't warm up. I got a lot of stuff coming y'all's way, so make sure you stay tuned for it, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.